Welcome to this new RAWSTER photo video tutorial. Today I will talk about the new Aurora HDR 2019. The pre-sale starts today, so if you want to benefit from a discount, this is the time to take advantage of it. Pre-sale is from today until October 4th. In this video I will show you the new features of Aurora HDR 2019. So enjoy watching this video and please let me know what you think about the new Aurora HDR 2019, and also let us know if you have any experience with the 2018 or 2017 version. We are eager to learn from you what you think about this HDR software. I opened this HDR photo in the new Aurora HDR 2019 and I have to say it looks quite good right away. If you compare this with the HDR functionality of Adobe Lightroom, it's way different. And in our blog there is a preview of how it will look like in Lightroom and how it will look here as it is. It's a big difference. So the starting point is already good, and that's what I like, because I like photography, I like photo editing, but I prefer photography, of course. So the less time I spend here in those photo editing tools, the happier I am. So what's new in Aurora HDR 2019? First of all, the complete engine is renewed. Skylum calls it the new quantum engine. It sounds very fancy. What I mean is it's faster. That's the main message of the new engine. The algorithm improved, but it's faster, so they claim to be faster 2 times in Mac and 4 times faster in Windows, so especially for Windows users, this version will be much faster. I already tried to edit different photos. In my experience, it is faster, but if it's, no, I'm using a Mac, I'm not sure if it's 2 times faster, but at least it's faster than the 2018 version, so that's already a good thing. Another improvement is LUT mapping. LUT means lookup table, and basically what it does, it changes your photo with a certain look and feel. There are already some LUTs included in the software. Only hovering over your mouse will give a preview of how it will look like, and especially for the people that are creative and want to create something new, and the people that are not always looking for the realistic HDR approach, LUTs can be very interesting. Apart from those LUTs, those are included. Online you will find more LUTs and you can even be more creative. So for the creative people, it's interesting to use this. What else? Of course there are a lot of plugins. Plugin for Adobe Photoshop is included, also Lightroom Classic CC, Photoshop Elements, even Aperture is there still. So if you still use Aperture, you can also connect that software with Aurora HDR. Of course Luminar, so because, well, it's from the same developer, but also DxO. So if you use Color FX Pro, Silver FX Pro, yeah, as you can see, it's very easy to bring your photo from Aurora HDR 2019 to one of those plugins. So a lot of connections, and that's nice if you use more than one post-processing tool. Another interesting new feature is the HDR Smart Structure, this slider, and I will zoom in a little bit to make clear what it exactly does. In the previous version there was already the HDR clarity and the microstructure. Especially if you look at the histogram with clarity, you can see that it changed the light quite a bit, and the histogram of course also, because that's connected. It's all about the light. So the photo looks more sharp, but what you can see is the blue gets a bit darker, the gold colors get a little bit more bright, so it has quite a lot of influence in also the midtones, but also in the highlights and the shadows. Microstructure is not doing that. It's only making more details visible in the photo, and also the histogram doesn't move at all. HDR Smart Structure is kind of a combination of clarity and microstructure. So what it does, if you look at histogram, it moves a bit, but not as much as the HDR clarity, and it improves details also. And that's why it's kind of a combination between this slider and this slider. And from the experience I have in the past days trying this new pre-sale Aurora HDR 2019, I use the HDR Smart Structure quite a lot because it saves time, and sometimes I even don't need the HDR clarity and the microstructure anymore. So I really like this new feature. What else do we have? Well, something I don't like too much, but it's not a deal breaker, is we have the presets, but wait, it's not called presets anymore, it's called looks. You can also see it here in the right bottom corner if you want to save filter looks. Yeah, no filters anymore, no presets anymore, but looks, and it's still exactly the same, but I still don't get why they changed the name, because I think in all software like Lightroom, but also in DxO, they call it presets. So to me it's kind of keep it as what we're used to, but from now on it will the name is looks. Another feature added is a feature in the adjustable gradient filter. In the adjustable gradient filter you already had exposure, contrast, vibrance, warmth, but not the highlights and the shadows. So that means you have more control about the exposure of the adjustable gradient you use. Last thing I want to point out in this video is the HDR detail boost. HDR detail boost, it's what I use quite a lot in my HDR photos, also because you have the separation between the small, medium and the large details, what I really like. But one of my main issues in the previous HDR Aurora HDR versions was it was so slow, and that's what I improved. So let's go back to this part again, and as you can see, if you use small, it is visible right away. It's very fast now. Even if you change the sliders very quick, the result is right away visible here. So that's what I really like, because it saves time. Before, if you change the slider, you had to wait a little bit because the engine was still processing the change of the slider, but now it's visible right away. Any things I don't like? Well, it's faster, but to me it cannot be fast enough. So sometimes I still have kind of the idea like I wish it will be even faster than it is now. Don't get me wrong, the software got a lot faster than it used to be, so that's already good work from the development team. But especially when I load new photos and the software is merging the photos together, it still takes quite a lot of time. So that's one thing I still don't like. On the other hand, if I use other software like Lightroom or Photoshop or Photomatic, it's not faster. So in that perspective, they still do a good job. I hope you learned something new in this video. You have an idea about the main improvements of Aurora HDR 2019. Of course, there are more changes, but those are the main topics, the main points that are improved. So thank you for watching this video, and keep an eye on our YouTube channel, because we plan to make new tutorials about Aurora HDR, but also about Luminar and about Lightroom. So subscribe to our YouTube channel if you don't want to miss anything out. Thank you for watching.